Welcome to the Woodshop. Today we're going to go on a wood hunt and look for things that are made of wood. Let's start here in the woodshop. There's a lot of things made of wood here.
There is a lot of wood. There's a lot of wood because this is what I do for my job. It's making things out of wood like this. And when I start, it always starts with the raw wood. It looks like this. But we usually put something on top of the wood to protect it, keep it from expanding and contracting and absorbing things that might stain it.
Like water.
Like water. So if we put a clear finish on, it looks like this.
Oh, you can still see all the grain. It's obviously wood.
But now it won't absorb water. I could also use it, sometimes put a finish on to change the color so it looks something like this.
You can still tell that it's wood, but you have to look a little closer.
Right? And then sometimes we make things and we want to make them not look like wood, and they might look like this where they've been painted.
With these ones, you can still kind of see some of the texture, but this one, whoa, it's totally smooth.
Right? And if you look at the back, you can see the original wood, but if all you could see was the front, you wouldn't know. So we can do things like knock on it. It kind of has a different sound than the metal.
Oh, totally different.
Right? And then sometimes when things get old, and these aren't old, they get little chips or nicks, or you find worn spots, and then you can see the wood underneath the paint.
So you kind of have to be a detective to figure out if things are made of wood once they've been finished.
You do.
Okay, so too easy to find things made of wood here. Let's take a look inside the house and see if we can find some things made of wood there.
Let's go outside.
Thanks. Whoa, that's quite a pile of wood.
Yeah, that was fresh cut this summer, and it's drying out, so it'll be ready to use next year.
Awesome. Let's take a look through the yard. I wonder if we can see anything that's made of wood. Look, those flower beds, they look like they're made of wood. What else do you see? Do you see the awning over the door? What about the bench? Can you see anything else? Okay, let's head inside and look at there. There you go. Hey, look, here's that awning again. It's made of wood. And then if we look at this door frame, look, it's painted. But right here, it's got that chip, like you said, and we can see that under the paint, it's painted, but it's wood.
That's right.
Okay. Let's head up to the kitchen next. Now that we're in the kitchen, let's take a look and see if we can find some things made of wood. We have a number of spoons here. How can we tell which ones are made of wood?
Well, we could see if they make different sounds, so we kind of know what wood sounds like, right? Why don't you take
They sound totally different. We can also see the grain.
Let's take a look. Yeah, these are made of maple.
And these are made of metal. Most spoons that we eat with are made of metal.
That's true.
Okay, let's look at these bowls. What are these ones made of? Well, I think this is the one made of wood.
How do you know?
Well, I can see all the rings.
Yep.
And I can see the grain. And it's also a lot lighter. This one's a lot heavier, and it sounds different.
Yeah. This one's probably better for mixing things in, because it's more waterproof than this one.
Would you put like a salad in this one?
I think it'd be perfect for that.
This menorah is made of wood. It looks like you just cut it off of a piece of tree.
In fact, I did, and that was a tree that was just growing on the street.
Awesome. Let's come over here next. It looks like these drawers are made of wood. You can see the grain. They have a clear finish on them.
They do.
What kind of wood is this?
This is called fir. It's a kind of pine tree.
And it's got really tight lines.
It is. It's the same wood that they use on the backs of guitars.
What about this counter? That's not wood, is it?
It's not. What do you think it is?
It feels hard and cold like stone.
Yeah. It's a kind of granite.
Okay. This is tricky. This reminds me of that sample you showed us in the wood shop. It's finished and I can't tell if it's wood. It doesn't sound like metal. Is this wood?
Well, let's look on the inside. Can we tell anything there?
Well, it seems like a good clue that the inside of the cabinet is made of wood, so probably the doors are made of wood?
That would be a good guess. And sometimes you just can't know. So you have to ask the person that made them.
Who made them?
I did, and yes, in fact, these are made out of maple, just like those spoons were.
Oh, wow.
And
They
they
look
painted.
totally different when they're painted.
That's right.
What about these doors? We have two doors right next to each other. This one, we can still see the grain. This one's wood. This one, it's got a lot of paint on it. It's kind of an old door, right?
These are all original doors for this house.
It sounds the same.
Yep,
Is this one wood?
it is wood. At one point, people felt like they didn't like seeing the grain, and so they painted it. But let's look closer.
Look, it's gotten chipped there. It is wood under there.
That's right, it's a wood door.
Awesome. Now, you said these floors are made of wood, but I see that when we come over here, they change color. What's happening?
Well, there are two different kinds of wood, and this wood, just like that sample we saw outside, was colored this kind of gray, dark color. And this wood, so this is maple, and this is oak, and this is also colored. They are different colors naturally, too.
Awesome. Thanks. Let's go check out another room next. Now we're in the living room. Let's look for a few more things made of wood. These cabinets are pretty obviously made of wood.
They are.
But what about this guitar? You were mentioning fur in the kitchen.
Let's take a look. If you look at the front of this, it might look similar to those cabinets we looked at.
Yeah.
And then if you look at the side and back, it's a different kind of wood. And then it's even a different wood for the neck and fretboard. And they all have to do with how it makes it sound and the strength of the wood. They use different pieces in different places. But here's a musical instrument, almost all made out of wood.
A lot of instruments are made of wood. Cool. What else can we find? Oh, let's look over there at those cool chairs. Go ahead. Tell me about this one.
This one's really interesting. This one comes from Indiana, and if you look at it, it's made out of branches that they bent to the shape of a rocking chair.
Yeah, it still very much looks like a tree.
Look at, you can even see where they cut out other branches.
So, this one's very different. Also a chair, also made of wood, but it doesn't look so much like a tree. They changed the wood a lot before making this chair.
That's right. So there's lots of ways of shaping wood, and this one was cut and sanded and filed to get these nice curves and these round shapes.
Yeah, based on the shape of this one, you don't even need a cushion.
That's true. This one's very comfortable, just the way it is.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for going on a wood hunt with us. I hope that you can have fun looking for things made of wood around you.